Good morning. So today's video. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So you might have noticed, um, doing still trying to do a video per day, but the last 2 days I kind of just copped out because I got like 4 hours of footage on my birthday. Well, more than that probably if you include the pumpkin patch stuff. Um, so I just put out some stuff for my birthday the last few days. Not too much of a cop out, maybe, but uh it's just I didn't really have the energy to um worry about anything else, if that's okay. Um so in thinking about what I'm going to be doing in the next few days, I was like, I better just stop today and come up with something, or at least give you something a little bit more extemporaneous, and daily kind of thing. But I do have to work a full-time job. There are YouTubers who can make videos every day and just get paid for it, and that's great. And again, maybe if my videos were a little bit higher effort, I would be getting different views, or I could do different things. As it is, I also getting back into the podcast habit. We did 6 hours of podcasting last week, or on Sunday, so trying to get that all worked out and dealing with the guest and making sure everything that they want cut is cut or whatever. So sorry that I haven't been putting as much effort into these videos. Not that anybody asked me to, but just saying. So coming up tomorrow, I fly to LA, and I will be in LA until Monday. So that could also complicate things. I will try. Well, I'm not going to try. I will bring my laptop, and cameras and things. But just so you're aware of what's going on, I might not be able to totally do a video as I normally would. But I'm going to try to. I'm going to continue to try to do that. I do need to pack, and depending on when this laundry happens, it's still not dry. That might happen. I mean, I'm gonna try and have that, be packed today. Might have to pack tonight. And I need to go to the store and get, travel toiletries and things. I haven't been on a plane in a year, so I'm not used to these things. And yeah, getting up early, flights at like 10:30 or something, and getting down there. I don't know what the weather situation is going to look like. Not that that matters to you. I'm still trying to decide, like I know I want to bring a camera. I've been really thinking about, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 film cameras that all have rolls in them that I haven't finished. And I'm like, well, I could, take a camera down, a film camera down, and take some film and take pictures with film. But like, I have to finish a roll, or try and, try and rewind a roll of film that's in a camera, and then take pictures in a dark room so I don't double expose those pictures, and then get back to those roll and finish it. This is a whole thing. I'd rather just finish a roll, which I can't seem to do, and then take a camera and a couple fresh rolls down, you can't, or you shouldn't, take film through an X-ray. So I'd have to get it, put it in a bag, ask them to specifically hand check that. It seems like a whole big hassle. I don't think I want to deal with it, but I also kind of do, because how many times are you in LA when you don't live there, at least for me, not very often. Other people I know somewhat frequently. So yeah, I'm only gonna have like 3.5 days, so not even 3 days. I'm gonna have just about 3 days, because I get down there at like 2 tomorrow and then leave 2 on Monday. So yeah, about 3 days. Yeah, so determining that, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna deal with it, but I kind of want to, but I don't want to. But I have to get toiletries. I have to get them packed. And beyond that, yeah, I just been working and doing podcast stuff, and I just feel like there's so many things in my life that I'm already putting off. So these videos, I'm sorry if it feels like they've been pushed to the back burner. That's completely accurate. They have. These are, as much as I like making videos, it is a bit of a dichotomy. I want to practice the discipline of making a video every day. I want to get into it, and if I can pull that off for the next 15 days, I'll be really impressed with myself. Just putting out that amount of content, because I was doing it more often when I was hiking more, because that's like a good excuse, right? Like, okay, I'm going out hiking, bring the camera, bring the GoPro, take some pictures. I can label it however I want. That's something to put out. When I'm not doing that as much, because my schedule is so packed with other things, including 2 podcasts, and the paranormal podcast, I gotta apologize to those guys too, because I've been really letting that one slide. Like I go on, but I haven't been doing the shorts like I should be. So, and it's just so hard, because I watch these creators. This guy Evan Monsma that inspired this, I don't know if you want to call it a challenge or just accountability kind of thing, where he's making a video every day doing some kind of project or build. So and the whole thing is that whatever you do it every day in October. Some people do Drawtober also. It's a similar kind of idea, just draw a picture every day. I can't draw. He does woodworking projects, videography projects, that kind of thing, or like tools repair. He's kind of a handyman, fix it kind of guy. If I had that kind of space, like a workshop kind of thing, where I felt like I could do that kind of thing safely and cleanly, then maybe I could be doing that kind of thing. What do I have? I have a bunch of cameras. I have some woods that are near my house, but there's only so many times you can go out there with a camera and take pictures, and it's just the same thing. I'm like, I can call it a lens review or whatever. I'm just going for a walk, and maybe that's fine. And the thing that really impresses me about his work, specifically Evan Monsma, is that his stuff seems like extemporaneous, but just the way he talks makes it seem like it's scripted. I don't know if it is. I don't like. I'm just not a writer like that, or I guess I'm just not organized like that. Like, if I had known about this challenge or this thing that he does maybe more than 2 days before the beginning of October, maybe I could have written several things to talk about and had videos ready, and it doesn't even have to be that long or that complex or anything, but that's just this is kind of how it goes. I'm just so busy all the time and unorganized. Like, I like to be busy. I like to have a lot of things to do. I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is scheduling or time management, how to make the most of that time. So, early on, that first week, just trying to ship out a bunch of videos pretty quick about things that I hadn't talked about yet. And I still kind of have one or two things in the reserve that I could still talk about. And, as far as film stuff goes, I would love to be showing off more film photos. But my film photos aren't all that great. Maybe I could make a video out of that, just going through a few of my favorites. That would be fine. But like, here's the reality, guys. I'm not an expert. And I don't think, if I have an audience for my photography stuff at all, I don't think you come to me because I'm an expert. And I don't want that to be the case either. I don't want to sound like a voice of authority on something that, it's a hobby of mine. I'm very passionate about photography, but more and more I find that, like, as much as I love it, no, that's not what I want to say. I want to say that I don't have the discipline of a lot of actual artists with my photography. I see what people are doing and have been doing. People that have been doing photography for much longer than I have, or even a little bit longer than I have, where they have this kind of discipline, or again, just they give themselves the time to explore it. I in 2021, when I picked up a camera and started taking pictures, I really enjoyed it. And I took a photography class in high school, but it was photojournalism, so I didn't learn any of like the art or anything. It's just like take pictures of a story. That's all you need to do. So that was maybe a little different. And I've had cameras pretty much since then. I mean, obviously, because 2017 I was doing YouTube videos on my old Canon camera, which I don't know where that went. And then I got the this one, the Sony point and shoot, and I started doing videos on this camera, Cybershot HX80, which is a totally fair cam. It's kind of a middle of the road point and shoot kind of thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I got into cameras to learn how to use them as webcams, essentially, for streaming, because I was enthralled by Twitch and the quality that people had, because they were using essentially Sony mirrorless or other digital cameras as a webcam, and I thought that just looked incredible. I thought that looked great. And is that cinematography, videography, photography? I mean, it's kind of somewhere in the middle of all of those things. And I really enjoy it, and that experience, like learning how to do that, how to become competent with these cameras, how to get a good image out of them, or a fine enough image, I guess. That led me to doing podcasts with them, and the studio, which I kind of meant to do more of a studio tour on that day, the podcast day, but I just really did not have the time because we were just rushing around. We did so many podcasts. So okay, what am I trying to say here? I'm not I wouldn't consider myself an artist when it comes to photography. I wouldn't consider myself like disciplined enough. There are the photographers that I really enjoy and I really respect. They put so much time and effort into refining their look, and they're so hypercritical of their work, which is what you have to be, and that's incredible. Like when Marcellus says, someone asked him about jazz. Is jazz for the artist or for the audience? And he said, it is for the audience, but the first audience is you. So if you like it, you know, you being the artist or the creator. Another photographer and photography YouTuber that I enjoy, Caleb Conniven, Bad Flashes. Check out his channel. He said on a podcast a while back, he's like, I'm not an artist. Like, and maybe he's changed his mind or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Or maybe it's not up to him. Also doesn't matter. But what he said is like, that's not the point of my YouTube channel. That's not the point of my photographic work. I want to make the best work I can, but ultimately it's entertainment. And maybe to a certain point, edutainment, which is like, that's what YouTube's about, right? He explores, he learns, he expresses that journey and that information through his YouTube channel. So that's kind of where I want to be. You know, I want you to be with me on the journey and learning with me. And that's kind of part of why I want to get this discipline of putting out a video every day. You know, maybe that won't continue into November, but you know, I want to, and not just the discipline, just kind of getting over the shame hurdle or something. Like, there's a lot of commentary that's made about, oh, these influencers, they're out there with cameras, they're monetizing every part of their life, and I don't need it to monetize every part of my life. That's been expressed to me a lot of times over my life, or at least in the past like 10 years, where it's like, oh, we can make money off of that. Well, don't try and make money off it. You know, just enjoy it. Just do things because you enjoy it. And then when you get really good, maybe you can charge money. Okay, fair enough. But what am I trying to say here? Oh, so but if I want to keep making videos, and I do, and I want to express my journey, what I'm doing, because maybe from the outside you just see me, you know, oh, he's just going to work, and then he makes a crappy video every day or something. You know, what is this guy? And I feel like I'm doing a lot more than that, so I need to find a way to express that. And you know, for the photography YouTube side is so crowded. I mean, here's the thing that happens if you give a bunch of people cameras, or a bunch of people that have cameras, you give them a platform, they start to make videos about their cameras, because what photographers tend to like to do is to talk to other photographers about their cameras, and maybe not so much about their cameras. Another great YouTuber, Hunter Creates Things. He's I think he's Australian, but he also goes to, I don't know, he's a global citizen, you could say, but he's a great photographer. Very interesting. He does like street portraits and concert photography and just kind of lifestyle, day-to-day stuff. But you know, a lot of his channel is talking about cameras or gear and things like that, but then the more interesting side, I think, is he really talks a lot about the philosophy and the thought process behind photography. And I think that's very useful, and I think that's very needed in this climate. It's like, why do you do it, and how do you get better at it, and why do you get better at it? I keep losing my train of thought. I'm so all over the place. I'm so, like, I get on a plane in 24 hours going to LA, and anyway, what I'm trying to say here is, I guess I'm not an expert, I'm not a guru. That's the whole point of this channel. Don't watch me because I know exactly what I'm doing. I have a vague idea of the basics, or a pretty good handle on the basics. Maybe I could. They say if you can teach someone, then you understand the concept. If you can explain it to someone else, if you explain it to a 5-year-old, then you understand the concept. I don't know about a 5-year-old. Maybe 9-year-old, something like that. But I want to grow. I want to get better. But the thing is, I don't like to choose. I don't like to choose what I do, and I don't want to bottleneck or pigeonhole this YouTube channel either. I want to talk about everything I do, everything that interests me, not just photography, even though that's most of what the most recent videos have been about. It's because that's what is easy to talk about, because I have cameras and I can, any day I can just go out and take pictures, and anybody can do that. If you've got an iPhone or any smartphone, you can go outside, take pictures right now, and then with your iPhone film yourself talking about your pictures, put it on YouTube. Like, there's such a huge portion of YouTube that's very deep, very in-depth. Tons of people talking about cameras, photography, and all that kind of stuff. So as much as I like that, and I want to be I want to be like that, I also intellectually I know that my channel would be more successful if I focused on one thing. But that's not who I am. That's never been who I am. Like, I have so many passions, so many things that interest me. So I'd rather talk about all of those things. So I don't know. Moving forward, you'll probably see more photography videos, because that's what I like to do in my spare time. Is like, especially if I'm on vacation or doing something, I want to take pictures. So then why not go somewhere, talk about the pictures I take. But as I'm traveling and as I'm going places and stuff like that, it's hard for me to talk about things in depth. If I was taking more time, like if I didn't put out a video every day for the next 3 days, maybe I could do one long video. That's what I did for Albuquerque last year. Not that was a very long video, but it was more focused. I was like, okay, I took some video, I took some pictures, now I'm back. Now I can just talk about the pictures in this video. But perhaps what I'll be doing the next few days, like, you might kind of get like a travel log vibe. I'm due for a lot of like excursions. I think a lot of meeting of family members that I haven't met. Not my family, but my girlfriend's family. So you're just gonna have to bear with us as we do all that, but I will be trying to, what am I trying to say? Traveling tomorrow and getting down there, I'll take some video and probably some pictures, but I'll probably just post some video. Might not get a bunch of pictures tomorrow. Same thing for Saturday, same thing for Sunday, same thing for Monday, and then Tuesday, maybe, if I have the time and the energy, I will put together a full video that encapsulates the whole thing, but or is more focused at any rate. And I think that's just kind of how it's gonna be. I know I could be doing more effort towards video, towards these videos in particular, but I just don't have the energy. Like, if I take energy from somewhere else to put towards these videos, then that other thing goes by the wayside. So it's just kind of a whole thing. Anyway, that was a long video to say essentially I'm lazy and I'm bad at making videos, but I appreciate you guys for watching, the people who are watching, and I understand, like, getting 3 views on all of these videos, like, that's frustrating, because I think I'm doing more, like I'm putting more effort towards this YouTube channel, but if I'm just consistent, maybe that will drive more traffic to the better videos that have more views. And we'll see if that's true. I doubt it. But yeah, this I don't know, this whole thing is a mess. Essentially, I'm gonna keep doing this for the next 15 days, and then I'll be happy to take a break and get out of your guys' For You page here. But thank you for attention in this matter. Thank you for staying faithful, true believers. Someday, maybe will be able to relax and not worry about all this other stuff.